How's it going, everybody? The second half of the PlayStation Summer Sale is running from now until August 12th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. If any physical editions exist, you can find them down in the description, but with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $10, 75% off, Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition is a critically acclaimed RPG blending deep customization and humor with dynamic turn-based combat, where you build a classless party of source hunters and battle the evils of Rivellon using the environment, magic, and tactical positioning. Embark on over 100 hours of quests solo or with up to 3 companions in online co-op or local split screen in this award-winning classic. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a gothic horror action side-scrolling RPG set in 19th century England, where you play as Miriam, an orphan cursed by an alchemist whose body slowly crystallizes. You'll explore a demon-infested castle, battle grotesque minions and powerful bosses, and collect, craft, and unlock a vast array of weapons, spells, and equipment to customize your combat style and overcome supernatural horrors. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is a classic JRPG set during a time of war, following Squall Leonhardt and the elite Seed mercenaries as they oppose the tyrannical forces of Galbadia and the sorceress Edea. Join forces with Rinoa and allies to navigate political conflict, shifting loyalties, and a sweeping sci-fi fantasy narrative that blends personal relationships with world-altering stakes across multiple nations and timelines. It's an 89 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Dishonored 2 is a first-person stealth action game where mysticism and industry collide in the plague-ridden Empire of the Isles. You play as either Empress Emily Caldwin or her father, Corvo Attano, each with their own supernatural abilities, weapons, and playstyles, in a story of revenge and political intrigue set in the steampunk-inspired city of Karnaca, where every mission offers creative freedom to strike from the shadows. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Risk of Rain 2 is a fast-paced roguelike where you fight through hordes of relentless monsters on an alien planet, solo or with friends, mastering each character's unique abilities to survive. You'll explore visually striking locales, collect over 110 powerful items, and adapt to a scaling system that grows both you and your foes stronger over time, while unlocking 10 unique survivors and experimenting with artifacts to modify gameplay. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10, 60% off, Haven is an RPG adventure where two lovers, U and K, escape to a forgotten planet to be together, leaving everything behind. Glide through a mysterious, fragmented world, gathering resources and repairing your ship, while cooking meals and crafting a cozy home, all while fighting enemies and surviving by synchronizing actions in real time, relying on tactical timing, rhythm, and cooperation to protect their precious relationship. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Star Ocean Till the End of Time is a classic JRPG where you explore vast worlds, uncover the deepest secrets of the Star Ocean universe, and engage in a dynamic real-time combat system blending strategy, skill, and action. You'll traverse diverse planets, meet richly written characters, and experience an epic story balancing personal drama, interstellar conflict, and universe-altering revelations that reshape everything. It's an 81 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Blasphemous is a punishing action platformer that combines fast-paced hack-and-slash combat with a dark, haunting narrative set in the cursed land of Custodia. You play as the sole survivor of the Silent Sorrow Massacre, trapped in a cycle of death and rebirth, seeking to uncover the origin of the miracle while exploring sprawling, non-linear environments filled with grotesque monsters, deadly traps, and epic bosses. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 84% off, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown is a thrilling flight combat game that puts you in the cockpit as an ace pilot, soaring through photorealistic skies and engaging in dogfights against enemy forces. Experience dynamic weather and environmental effects that challenge your piloting skills, while completing cinematic missions, taking down squadrons, and mastering advanced aircraft in a campaign blending strategy with high-speed aerial action. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For For $6, 70% off. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD is an action RPG where you control Class 0, 14 elite students from a prestigious military academy, as they fight to defend their homeland from a brutal, relentless invading empire bent on total conquest. Switch between characters in real-time combat, harness unique abilities and devastating magic, and experience a dark, war-torn world full of strategy, political intrigue, and high-stakes battles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $6, 90% off, Shadow of War Definitive Edition is an open-world action RPG where you forge a new ring of power, lead a personal orc army, and conquer fortresses across Mordor using the award-winning Nemesis system. You'll engage in massive battles while recruiting and dominating enemy orcs, develop powerful abilities, and explore a richly detailed, dynamic world filled with challenging enemies, side missions, and evolving threats. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $6, 90% off, Injustice 2 Legendary Edition is the ultimate version of NetherRealm's DC fighting game, packing the full base roster along with all downloadable content characters and premier skins. Continue the cinematic story as Batman clashes with Superman's regime, earn gear after every match to customize and evolve your fighters, and battle across iconic DC locations using deep combo systems and character-specific abilities. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Star Ocean: The Last Hope is a sci-fi JRPG set after Earth's devastation in World War III, following humanity's first steps into deep space during an ambitious interstellar exploration era in search of a new home. You'll explore distant planets, form relationships with alien races, and engage in fast-paced, real-time combat with skill-based mechanics and party-driven strategies while uncovering a threat that endangers all of creation. It's a 76 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 500 hours to platinum. For $7, 85% off, Dead Island 2 is a first-person action RPG where you fight through a zombie-infested Los Angeles while uncovering the shocking truth behind a mysterious infection that has made you more than immune. You'll explore iconic locations across LA, wield an arsenal of melee weapons, and use a flexible skill system to create over-the-top builds that shred through dozens of mutated zombie types with gloriously detailed dismemberment. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition is a remastered crime action game set in 1940s to 50s Empire Bay, where war hero Vito Scaletta becomes entangled with the mob to pay his father's debts and rise through the criminal ranks. Explore a sprawling post-war city teeming with opportunity and organized crime, engaging in high-stakes heist and morally complex missions that capture the allure and danger of the Golden Era Mafia. It's a 76 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, South Park: The Stick of Truth is a hilarious RPG where you join Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny on an epic quest to become cool, battling underpants gnomes, hippies, and other outrageous enemies. Customize your character with countless combinations, recruit classic South Park friends, and wield magical weapons and mystical armor in turn-based combat that perfectly captures the irreverent humor of the series. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus Deluxe Edition is a brutal first-person shooter where BJ Blazkowicz fights to liberate Nazi-controlled America in a gritty, action-packed, story-driven campaign filled with intense moments. Battle through iconic locations, wield a powerful arsenal, and unleash aggressive abilities, while experiencing all DLC episodes included in the Freedom Chronicles and additional narrative-driven missions. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7, 80% off, Far Cry 4 Gold Edition is an expansive open-world shooter where you travel to the Himalayan country of Karat to fulfill your mother's dying wish and become embroiled in a brutal civil war against the oppressive dictator Pagan Min. This Gold Edition includes the full game plus the Season Pass, adding the Valley of the Yetis campaign, Escape from Durgesh Prison game mode, a new multiplayer mode, and more missions and weapons. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Vanquish is a fast-paced sci-fi shooter where you play a space DARPA agent tasked with infiltrating the solar-powered colony Providence after it's taken over by a mutinous faction using destructive technology to devastate Earth's cities. You'll engage in high-octane combat against legions of futuristic foes, utilizing the experimental blade system and acrobatic maneuvers to disable the threat to humanity's survival. It's an 84 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $7, 65% off, Abzu is a serene underwater exploration adventure where players dive into a vibrant ocean world filled with life, mystery, and ancient secrets. Swim gracefully through stunning aquatic environments, interact with schools of fish that dynamically respond to your movement, and uncover hidden ruins while experiencing a relaxing, visually striking journey inspired by the creators of Journey. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $10, 75% off, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is a fast-paced Musou action game that throws you into massive battles inspired by the world of One Piece and its legendary pirate crews. Built around large-scale combat and destructible environments, you unleash powerful attacks, send waves of enemies flying, and recreate iconic moments from the series, while fighting across chaotic battlefields filled with smoke, debris, and non-stop action. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7, 65% off, My Friend Pedro is an ultra-violent action platformer about friendship, imagination, and one man's mission to wipe out the criminal underworld under the guidance of a sentient banana. Using split aiming, slow motion, and ricocheting bullets, combat becomes a fluid spectacle where precision and creativity are rewarded as you chain together outrageous gunfights with cinematic flair, stylish scoring, and leaderboard-driven challenges. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, the Valkyria Chronicles Remastered and Valkyria Chronicles 4 bundle is a tactical JRPG collection set during a fictionalized World War-era conflict. Both games blend turn-based strategy with real-time movement as you command squads across hand-painted battlefields, manage action points, and balance positioning, unit roles, and limited resources under constant battlefield pressure. It's an 86 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 100 hours to get both platinums. For $6, 90% off, God Eater 2 Rage Burst is an anime-style action RPG where a new recruit battles origami during the deadly Black Plague outbreak. Wield transforming god arcs in fast-paced hunts, master over 400 blood arts and blood bullets to customize your combat style, unlock powerful skills and upgrade your weapons, and team up online in 4-player co-op missions against towering origami across a fully voiced over 100-hour campaign. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Samurai Shodown marks the return of the iconic fighting series, featuring 13 beloved fighters and 3 new warriors as they clash in intense, high-stakes battles on legendary stages. With its signature single-strike combat and cinematic art style, each fight delivers fast-paced, strategic duels both online and offline, while the revolutionary AI system creates ghost clones that challenge you with the tactics of top players. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.